Good day all, welcome back to South Africa, and this is South African Prepper. So let's quickly play a game, and I would like for the international viewers to play along as well, because we can definitely learn from each other. So let's play a quick game. Let's say that tomorrow morning one of us can actually go to government and implement decisions that will actually save South Africa from the current decay that we are seeing. So a few thoughts from me. So please drop your comments. Let's see what people think of what could actually save South Africa. So the very first thing that I would do is that Parliament needs to go. What I'll do is I will allow one representative from each party to represent that percentage of voters in Parliament. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to save us about R1 billion of expenses every single year. So there's our deficit done and dusted. Then what I'll do is every ministerial position, so let's for an example, Minister of Agriculture or Minister of Tourism and so forth, you basically clean out everybody that works there. You appoint the minister, a minister that actually has the experience in that specific ministry. So if you are a Minister of Police, you actually need to be a policeman to be able to become the minister. If you're Minister of Agriculture, I will definitely appoint a farmer, and so forth. You're getting what I'm saying. So all you do with those ministries or departments is you get a couple of administrators, you get a couple of accountants, you put them in there, and whatever job needs to be done within that department, okay, will then be subcontracted out to South African citizens, and the main job of the department will then be to just play a policeman, make sure that the job gets done. Okay, if you get caught for corruption or not spending your money wisely, you get fired. As simple as that. And let's somewhere include a couple of years in prison as well. And I think that will possibly clean out the Parliament for us quite quickly and saving us quite a lot of money as well. And then down in ground level, municipal level, I'll clean out everybody as well. And then what you'll do is in every town, the citizens of that specific town will choose their own mayor. That mayor will then employ a couple of administrators and a couple of accountants, and then they will outsource the work that needs to be done on merit, nothing color based, on merit. So the company with the best skills, the company with the best production, the company with the best results will then keep those contracts. And obviously one would want, thus you would want the locals of that specific town or city then to produce the services. Obviously you would employ people that are qualified and on merit, because it will become a competition between companies who will be providing the service and who could actually maintain the contracts. So that's called a free market system. And then when it comes to electricity, and I would say one can use the basis for the railways the same. So you will keep Eskom, but Eskom will only be the provider of the electrical lines and the infrastructure around that. You will get private investors to invest in generating capacities, so they would be responsible for selling electricity directly to the public. Now, I am no electricity expert. I've got no idea how this would be implemented, but obviously again you'll get somebody that works at Eskom, or somebody from the old Eskom, or somebody that's got the correct CV to implement such a thing. So the private investors will then generate, or private companies will generate the electricity. They will pay a service fee to be able to use the Eskom lines, so Eskom can use that money to then maintain the infrastructure regarding the electrical lines in South Africa. And then obviously these companies in any free market system, they will compete on pricing, and guess what, South Africans would have cheap, reliable energy within, well, that'll take quite a while, maybe 2 years, but you'll have cheap, reliable electricity within a free market system. So within about 7 minutes, I have explained some key points that could actually change South Africa. And then the last thing that I would change is merit. Doesn't matter about your skin color, doesn't matter about if you're black, green, purple, white. If you are the best candidate for the job, you get the job. Okay, I would completely do away with any grants, any social grants, unless you are really destitute. Unless, I mean, disabled people really, if they can't work fair enough, one can look after them. But we need to focus more on projects where people actually get taught skills, enable for them to work. And the biggest issue we have in South Africa is the fact that the economy is not able to generate enough jobs. And there's a lot of reasons for that. The government should not be involved in job creation at all. It should be left to the public sector. But then you need to give the public sector or the business sector the freedom to actually be able to do business in South Africa. South Africa is losing out on so many business opportunities. It's not even funny. I'll give you an example. And again, this is not my field of expertise, but this stupid farmer just thinks like this. Let's use our mining for an example. We export iron ore to China. We export platinum. We export copper. We export. There's so many products that we export. So let's say instead of exporting them, so if you are an American company or Chinese company, or doesn't matter which company you are, if you want to mine in South Africa, you can come and mine here. But you have to add the value to the product in South Africa. So in other words, if you want to export iron ore, okay, you're welcome. You're welcome to come and mine it, but you have to actually melt it in South Africa. You have to add the value in South Africa. If you want to mine copper, okay, at least melt the copper into copper plates or copper wiring. Add the value, and then you're more than welcome to then export it. So within a couple of minutes, this dumb farmer has come up with a couple of stupid examples of how we can actually save South Africa. The issue is our political parties are all highly paid. They're living the fat life. They won't implement such policies because then they will sit on the street and they'll have to work like the rest of us. And believe me today if I say this, most of the government employees from the top to the bottom, most of them have so been driving on the gravy train the last 50 years. A lot of them will not be able to actually do a normal functioning work within a business environment because they're just not used to doing skilled work. South African Prepper, God bless. Leave your comment and suggestions. Let's play this game.